It's official! Uncle Howdy's WWE theme song, Feared, has officially been released today. It is available right now here on YouTube. It's available on iTunes, on Spotify, and anywhere else you probably like to get your music. And shout out to everyone who sent me this. Just over the top of Howdy's shoulder, you can see the mask in the background. Very reminiscent, not the same, but very similar to what we saw Bray Wyatt with the mask tease before. I've listened to it a couple of times. In my opinion, I think it's really good.
Tell me I'm wrong.
This is things you might have missed from Friday Night Smackdown. Make sure you've hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. We found out that Austin Theory will defend the US title against Lashley and Bronson Reed. This makes sense following what we saw on Raw. And then randomly, Seth Rollins versus Omos. Why? What? Where has this come from? I honestly have no idea. We've been asking for it on this channel for weeks at this point. Zelina Vega requested the match with Rhea Ripley at Backlash for the SmackDown Women's title. This is honestly what I want to see. Zelina has impressed me every time she's been in the ring since making her return, especially since doing the whole LWO stuff. I don't know if she'll beat Rhea. Maybe it'll be a typical WWE, you sort of lose because this is where you're from, basically. She made the point. She is Puerto Rican. Backlash is in Puerto Rico. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know, but I think the match itself, I think it's going to be good. And just a quick note in the final edit, the match is official for Backlash. Zelina's teammates, Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar, were actually in the opening match tonight versus the Judgment Day. And of course, this match was fine, especially coming off the big brawl of faction wars that ended Raw this week. I really hope LWO get their own faction theme song soon, just to give it a bit more legitimacy. I get they're still at the stage of Rey putting them over, but we don't need to have Rey Mysterio's theme song be their theme song, if that makes sense. The Judgment Day would be successful in this match. Kind of makes a bit more sense. They're more experienced. They would then cut the promo, or Damian Priest would, regarding Bad Bunny, because on Monday Night Raw, Bad Bunny returns. This is a smart thing to do. Obviously, advertisement on SmackDown for that. I really want to give a shout out, though, to this dude in the audience with that Paul Bearer t-shirt. That was pretty cool. But it was actually during this match that Michael Cole was discussing the WWE draft. And of course, he made it clear NXT talent is eligible to be drafted. The draft kicks off next Friday on SmackDown. This was the last Friday Night SmackDown pre-draft, which is nuts. And of course, it will then continue 1 week from Monday on Raw. WWE Supercard has a new QR code where you can unlock 5 John Cena 2K23 themed cards. Obviously, I had to mention this because we love QR codes on this channel. I really love what they're doing with Nakamura. They're making Shinsuke feel like a badass again. This is something that's lacked in his main roster run mostly, so this is really needed. But then we had this really interesting promo from Karrion Kross where he went through his previous opponents, saying he took something from each one of them, and then he talked about Shinsuke. Obviously, the match we know we're going to get in the future is Nakamura versus Kross, and he talked about wanting to take Shinsuke Nakamura's honor away from him. Kross is getting more badass each week. I like it. Braun Strowman and Ricochet were successful tonight against the Viking Raiders. We got to talk about Braun's celebration, though. This was like something you'd see in a house show. Braun sitting on the top rope, counting all along. I like this, it shows a little bit more character. WWE should allow them to do it more often. During the match, of course, the barricades did indeed glitch. They went completely black, and then they sort of glitched a bit and came back on. I still am not confident this is anything. A lot of people pointing out to me on Twitter, though, this is the second time it's happened with Braun Strowman around. So maybe something to take note of. I don't know. Revenge is wet. And I love the fact that Liv and Raquel are still WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Hell yes. This match was really good, to be fair. Really like the ending with Raquel assisting Liv in the win. Yes, they cheated, but they got revenge. And trust me, that was needed after WWE showed a slow motion replay of Liv getting that water thrown over her. So awful, so disrespectful. Chelsea definitely deserved that one. Just in the final edit, look at this graphic WWE put out. And still, your tag team champions, Liv and Raquel. Are you sure I didn't make this, WWE? There's a lot of and stills there. WWE has uploaded an entire look back on Dominic Mysterio's career on YouTube if you want something to watch this weekend. Really, really fun, actually. Don't know if you can actually classify the left one as his career, but okay. Gunther was able to retain the IC title tonight against Xavier Woods. Really hard-hitting match. Match of the night for me, for sure. I love the fact it wasn't just one-sided. Xavier had multiple moments where it was believable he could win. The crowd were really into it. The end was a sleeper hold, which I thought was really nice. There was a little bit of a botch as he pulled down Xavier Woods. He let go of the hold. But do you know what? Straight back into it. Pretty much unnoticeable. And even if it was noticeable, it didn't matter. This is a guy strangling you. You're going to hurt, you know? And Gunther, still the Intercontinental Champion heading into the WWE Draft. The WWE Draft graphic was shown tonight on SmackDown. And of course, you can see there's no inactive stars like Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Big E, Alexa Bliss, all not included here. So be very interested to see how and if they're included at all going forward, if they're just going to be free agents who get signed in the future. And yes, next week, it's the rematch for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. I can't wait. Their WrestleMania match was good. Hopefully, the match next week is just as good. In the main event, Solo Sikoa defeated Matt Riddle in a no DQ match. I love the callback to what in kayfabe injured Matt Riddle originally, the chair spot. And I love the fact, again, the table spot was done on Monday. It was countered tonight by Riddle, who flipped it onto Solo. The Usos obviously got involved. Solo, being Mr. Nice Guy, obviously flipped the table back up so Michael Cole and Wade Barrett had somewhere to sit. I thought that was really nice of him. But of course, after Solo won, there was a 1D to Riddle through the table. Where was KO and Sammy? I know they're not there tonight, but why are they not there tonight? Come on. Pretty decent show tonight for SmackDown, in my opinion. Obviously, the draft is next week. You're not going to get major stories. For that reason, I think it's about a 7 out of 10. Fair play. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Turn on notifications. Never miss another upload. Like the video, share the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!